The Passion Translation, Psalm chapter 11, Song of the Steadfast, for the Pure and Shining One by King David. And this follows, of course, Psalm chapter 10, which was the cry of the oppressed. And if you haven't listened, go listen. And if you have listened, listen again. Read it along with me, the cry of the oppressed. I just really think the oppressed are on God's heart right now. And I think that it would be fitting to read that one again. Psalm chapter 10, the cry of the oppressed. You know, I'm thinking about in Mark chapter 14 when Jesus was overwhelmed to the point of death. And his spirit was heavy. And he went out to his disciples and said, "Can you wait and pray with me for 1 hour?" And I think in Psalm chapter 10, we can pray this back to God, praying his heart, because this is his word, praying his heart for those people who are oppressed, for those people who are harassed, for those people who are even just enslaved, abused, neglected, walking in darkness. We can pray this knowing that God is God, and he is the God who rescues. He is the God who is all-powerful. Psalm chapter 10. Lord, you seem so far away when evil is near. Why do you stand so far off as though you don't care? Why have you hidden yourself when I need you the most? The arrogant in their elitist pride persecute the poor and helpless. May you pour out upon them the very evil they've planned against others. How they brag and boast of their cravings, exalting the greedy, and congratulate themselves as they despise you. These arrogant ones, so smug and secure in their delusion, the wicked boast, saying, God doesn't care about what we do. There's nothing to worry about. Our wealth will last a lifetime. So seemingly successful are they in their schemes, prosperous in all their plans, and scoffing at any restraint. They boast that neither God nor man will bring them down. They sneer at all their enemies, saying in their hearts, we'll have success in all we do, and never have to face trouble, never realizing that they are speaking this in vain. Their mouths sprout out cursing lies and threats. Only trouble and turmoil come to all their plans. Like beasts lurking in the shadows of the city, they crouch silently in ambush for the people that pass by, pouncing on the poor. They catch them in their snare and murder their prey in secret. They plunder their victims, presuming them all as inferior. They crush the lowly as they fall beneath their brutal blows, watching their victims collapse in defeat. And then they say to themselves, the lofty one is not watching while we do this. He doesn't even care. We can get away with it. Now is the time. Arise, Lord. Crush them once and for all. Don't forget the forgotten and the helpless. How dare the wicked think they'll escape judgment, believing that you would not call them to account for all their ways. Don't let the wicked get away with their contempt of you. Lord, I know you see all that they're doing, noting their each and every deed. You know the trouble and turmoil they've caused. Now punish them thoroughly for all that they've done. The poor and helpless ones trust in you, Lord, for you are famous for being their helper, the helper of the fatherless. I know you won't let them down. Break the power of the wicked and all their strong-arm tactics. Search them out and destroy them for the evil things they've done. You, Lord, are the King forever and ever. You will see to it that all the nations perish from your land. Lord, You know and understand all the hopes of the humble, and will hear their cries and comfort their hearts, helping them all. The orphans and the oppressed will be terrified no longer, for you will bring them justice, and no one will trouble them. Guys, don't just read this one. Pray it out to God. Pray it out to God with all of your heart for every oppressed people group, for every oppressed person on the planet. That concludes Psalm chapter 10 in the Passion Translation.